Hey everyone, welcome to the Weird World podcast, where we talk about weird stuff. My name's Carrie.
I'm Dean.
It's just the two of us today.
You're listening to the comforting FM 1970s radio voice of Carrie. Don't you? You have that. You have that kind of voice. You could have been on K-Storm. I don't know, 80. I mean, like, not you personally. You would have been 10, but, never mind. Just ruined it. Fine. Okay.
What are you going to talk about today?
Okay. We have a weird bit.
Oh, okay.
Today. It is not intentionally another in a line of baseball-oriented strangeness. In fact,
is baseball season.
It is baseball season. That's not why, though. But it's actually, we had a weird bit on not that long ago at all about the unlucky or lucky fan who was hit in the leg and injured twice by the same batter in the same game. This takes place over a longer period of time, but it's actually a pretty amazing story. So it's about Jack Lohrke, Lohrke.
Wow.
Ever heard of him?
No, but he's got lots of superfluous letters in that name.
That's just brutal. I had never heard of him either, by the way, but he was born on February 25th, 1924 in Los Angeles, California.
That might explain why we've never heard of him.
Why? Because
Very old-timey guy.
Yeah. But I've been a baseball fan all my life. I've never heard the story until very recently. He loved baseball. He became an outstanding player for Southgate High School, middle infielder. What?
Southgate in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Okay.
After high school ended, he latched on to a minor league professional team in 1942. So he's 18. I guess he would have. Now, I guess, I'm not sure how that works exactly. You probably graduate in June of 1942. And in the olden days, the draft was right around. Yeah. And so high school players were the norm. College baseball wasn't as big as it is now. And so he went to a minor league team, the Twin Falls Cowboys in the Pioneer League, which I think is Twin Falls, Idaho. And he's played there through the summer of 1942. He had he's just 18 years old. He was the MVP of the team, though. But there was a war waging at this time, as you know.
And it was also raging.
It was raging, yes. There was a war. Some people have said waging. Some people have said raging. I've heard it both ways. His days then playing the game that he loved so much were numbered, at least for a time. So like thousands of other young American males, Lohrke was drafted into the U.S. Army when the season ended in 1942. At least I never saw a way that he was drafted or joined, so maybe he joined up. I don't know.
Okay. So
again, he's 18 years old. The Army trains him in California, and they decide they're going to send him off to the European theater. So I think it's a couple of sources. One source said 42, one source said 43. So it's either late 1942, maybe it's early 1943. He's loaded onto a troop transport train in California. They're going to take him east, ship him overseas to Europe.
Okay.
Unfortunately, though, the train skidded off the rails and crashed.
Oh, no.
3 passengers were killed in this crash. 3 more were badly injured when, I guess, steaming water rushed through the train car and that Jack was in and badly burned and injured 3 additional folks.
Wow.
Jack was not even slightly injured. So he gets assigned to the 35th Infantry of the U.S. Army, and he's in the war all through 1943. In June of 1944, for D-Day, he and his comrades were on many of those, those boats, those flat bottom boats that went on to the beach in Normandy, open up their doors there and just disgorge their soldiers to run into a buzzsaw of just horrific machine gun fire and bombs and artillery and mines and things like that. And it was, if you've seen Saving Private Ryan, it portrays that. The horror of that and how, it was just, if you're one of the first ones out, you were almost certain to be killed.
Yeah, I haven't seen Saving Private Ryan.
You haven't seen that?
I don't intend to.
No, just for that scene, you should see it. It's horrific.
I don't enjoy war movies.
So he was right there in the front lines of the Normandy invasion during D-Day, and thousands of American soldiers died on that day, but not Jack. Years later, his son would say, I remember asking him about landing in Normandy, and he said, quote, "We knew we were getting into hell, but we just wanted to get off that damn boat." He's very fatalistic about it. Later, the Battle of the Bulge. He was also there in the Battle of the Bulge. You've heard about the Battle of the Bulge. It was the last-ditch effort of Germany to try to stop the crushing defeat that they were facing at the time from all sides. And it was the deadliest action for U.S. soldiers in the entire, at least in the European theater of World War II. Jack was there throughout the entire Battle of the Bulge. Jack came out fine.
Yeah.
In fact, Jack Lohrke was never injured at any time in any battle throughout he was there 43, 44, and 45, and his hitch ended without a hitch. 4 different times during the war, the soldiers on to his left and to his right were killed, and Jack was never even minor injuries. By 1945, Jack was back in the U.S. with thousands of other soldiers that were being decommissioned and sent back home, right? Jack's home, as you recall, was Los Angeles. So, it's just kind of a scramble. He was able to find a seat on a military transport plane leaving New Jersey for Los Angeles, direct flight. He's just incredibly lucky he got it. So he gets that seat. Last minute, he's there he's already on the plane. They're about to take off. Some big shot got there and threw his weight around and said, "I need to get to LA now," kick somebody off. Young Jack was the person they kicked off that plane and said, "You'll have to get to LA later." And he was furious. He was
what
very
happened
upset.
to that plane?
Well, turns out about 45 minutes into the plane trip, at about 30,000 feet, something went wrong. We don't know what. That plane then plunged to the earth over Ohio, killing every single person aboard. Jack had escaped death.
Okay.
Yet again.
Was he like a super nice guy?
I think so. I think he's a decent guy
sure
as far
hope
as I know.
so.
I don't know him personally. Never did. But he seems like a decent guy.
I mean, somebody was looking out for him.
He certainly wasn't stuck up about it. He never thought there was anything to it. But he went back to baseball after leaving the Army in 1946. He's back playing in the minor leagues. He was in Class B minor league ball. They don't really have the same classifications they did back then, but essentially it was called Class A. It's now called AAA. B would have been analogous to AA these days, which is a couple rungs below the major leagues. He's playing for a team called the Spokane Indians. He was having a phenomenal season. So he didn't miss a beat at all. He was batting .345 through the first 57 games. He was a star of the team. So that got him noticed by the big boys. And he was being promoted to Class A, again, which is the top minor league, and to the San Diego Padres, which you might now know as a major league team, but their minor league team back then, and they had the same name. That's why they were the San Diego Padres.
That's interesting.
It's a dumb name, but that's why.
Well, of course it is.
So the club sent word to Spokane, to the minor league club owner named Sam W. Collins, and said, "Hey, go get Jack. He's being promoted. We need him down here in San Diego." Unfortunately, Jack had already gotten on the bus that was leaving Spokane for Bremerton, Washington, on a road trip. Mm-hmm. And so, didn't have cell phones. What are you going to do? Sam, I guess the owner of the team, Sam Collins, again, I guess I don't know if he liked Jack or just was really excited about the news. So he just thought, I got to get him word of this. We can't let him get too far away from Spokane to get him down to San Diego. So you know what? I know some people in the Washington State Patrol, which I guess is kind of like their highway patrol, I guess. So he made a call, and he contacted the Washington State Patrol, some bigwig there, and said, "Hey, can you send out word like a bolo? Be on the lookout for my team bus. It's going from Spokane to Bremerton across the state of Washington from east to west. Bremerton is on the other side of Puget Sound from Seattle. So if you see the bus, can you go get Jack Lohrke and tell him to call me?" And so they said, "Yep, we'll do it." I don't know. Yeah. Things were different back then.
Isn't he still gonna have to wait till the bus stops at wherever they're going?
No, they're gonna flag it down. He said, if you see it on the road, flag it down.
I understand that, but he can't make a phone call from the side of the highway.
They stop somewhere and where they have a phone and do that. So only I guess a couple hours into the trip, they did indeed. They stopped for dinner at a diner. There was 15 players on the bus, 15 team players. And they stop for dinner, and a patrolman was there, and he sees the bus. So he goes into the diner, finds Jack, and says, "You need to make a phone call. You need to call Sam Collins right now." He's like, "What is it? What is it?" So he calls Sam Collins. Sam Collins says, "Got great news. They want you in San Diego. It's the top minor league affiliate. So, you need to get to San Diego ASAP." So he thought, okay, I guess I can just keep going a few more hours to Bremerton and then get a bus trip or something like that down to San Diego from there. But he must have, I don't know, it's not said in any of the sources, but he probably had some stuff he needed maybe. He had his gear with him, but he probably figured I need some stuff, some incidentals.
Right.
So he said, no, I need to go back to Spokane where he probably had a room somewhere or something like that.
Yeah.
And so he says, you know what, I'm just going to hitchhike. So he grabs his gear off the bus and he walks onto the highway, puts his thumb out, and he hitchhikes back to Spokane to arrange travel, get us the stuff, and go down to San Diego. The bus leaves for Bremerton, going the opposite way, and it starts to drizzle. So the roads get slick.
No.
You have to go through the Cascade Mountains to get to Bremerton on the other side on the western coast of Washington, and it gets pretty windy and mountainy and high up there in the Cascade Mountains on the highway to Bremerton. So late at night, the bus driver is driving, and a car suddenly just veers in over the center line, going right for the bus. The bus driver swerves violently to avoid hitting that car, and it smashes right through one of those useless, flimsy guardrails that they have in mountain areas, which makes no sense to me because they're not going to stop anything they might stop a cyclist. I don't know. It's just for your, peace of mind, I guess, because if you're something like this, they didn't. It smashed right through, and it dropped down into a 300-foot ravine. Hurtled down, smashed to the bottom, burst into flames. 9 of the 15 players on the bus were killed.
Oh.
The other 6 were badly burned and injured.
Oh,
it's the worst transport accident in the history of minor league baseball.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised any of them survived it.
Yeah. Well, you know who survived it? Jack Lohrke.
Well,
because he was not on that bus.
Correct.
Through the most amazing string of lucky breaks. From that day forward, Jack Lohrke was known as Lucky Lohrke.
Yeah.
He didn't like that, though. He kind of poo-pooed it. He said, quote, "Nobody outside of baseball calls me Lucky Lohrke these days. I may have been lucky, but the name is Jack Lohrke." So he didn't, he also said, quote, "I mean, who doesn't escape death in the war? So that one, I don't know." I guess he's kind of answering, don't you consider yourself amazingly lucky? His son, again, said about his father's luck. He said, quote, "But then when he's going home to L.A. and he's bumped off the flight for a guy of higher rank and that plane crashes and then the Spokane bus crash, I mean, there's something going on here that's a little different," end quote. So Jack made it to the minors. He made it to the major leagues finally, and the next year for several years with the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Phillies. He played in the majors. He was never a star player. He's a solid player. His rookie year, though, kind of set the tone with the Giants, where he actually was incredibly unlucky. As you know, big baseball fan. Mm-hmm. I like stats. I like metrics. There's a thing called BABIP, B-A-B-I-P. That's batting average for balls in play. So when you hit the ball, because he's trying to say it's literally a measure of your fortune. When you're, strikeouts, walks, you didn't put the ball in play. That's
right.
Neither here nor there with respect to kind of your luck. But once you hit the ball, your batting average in the league wide, it's roughly 300. If you have a lot above that, you're considered somewhat lucky. It's not just luck, of course. If you're below that, you're considered somewhat unlucky. His BABIP, his rookie year, was 235. So he had by baseball standards, he had really bad luck in that rookie year, and he was always kind of a utility man, a bench player for the rest of his career. He was finally sent back to the minors, played 5 more years in the minors, and then retired. And he went to work for Lockheed in their security department and died in 2009.
Well, so he had a fairly long life.
He did. Because he was very lucky. This guy essentially escaped death 6 times.
Yeah.
The bus crash and the plane are just remarkable. And literally having people 4 times dying on either side of you. It's just surviving Normandy is amazing enough. So he is. Yeah. That is the story of Lucky Lohrke. in our series of baseball-related incredible coincidences, or something like that, which there may not be any more because the two I found purely by accident. So that's it.
Well, that's
What do you think?
crazy. I think that's why it's called a coincidence.
That is why it's called a coincidence. Still, I know, yeah. Luck is just another word for coincidence, essentially, but it's still a pretty amazing story. He did lead an amazing life. Can you imagine getting called out? Yeah, I mean, because the bus thing happened after the plane thing. I wonder if that ever entered his mind.
Yeah.
It couldn't have. I'm sure it didn't, but that's just... I mean, the plane was incredible luck. I mean, how classic is the get bumped from the plane and that crashes?
Yeah.
I mean, it probably happens with every crash. Somebody got bumped, or maybe not everyone, but a lot of them. But still, and then have this almost the same thing happen on a bus crash.
Yeah. Or like people who were late for work on 9/11 or anything like that.
Yeah,
Terrible.
that turned out to be many people, more people than actually worked in the Twin Towers were late for work that day on 9/11, I think. So. Pretty much everybody who worked in New York at that time made up a story about it, it seems like. So that's it.
Interesting.
Thank you. A little tidbit there for you. A little something tied you over until the next one.
I think you probably had a guardian angel.
I think you may have.
Yep.
You're right. All right.
Okay.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Not readers, listeners. I don't know why I said that last time. All right. See you guys.
Bye.